Here we go.
Big brother.
Hey!
Jaden?
Love it. All right, we're just going to say a few words and then we'll do some group pictures with our great t-shirts and then we have the amazing Stu Marcus to give us some music to carry us to the next phase of the day. Am I starting? So I had to take this moment to say my piece, and I know Andrew did too. So he hasn't heard this yet, but of course you haven't heard this yet. I'm going to try to speak up so everyone can hear me. To my beloved Andrew, God bless you and your patience in the early days, when you come home to find me watching the Science Channel and trying not to cringe after coming home from a day of, well, science. I know you've come around since and can separate the work brain enough to join me on the quest of understanding the larger questions of our massive, multi-dimensional universe and our small yet significant place in it. But one important piece of information I've learned from both your work in stem cell research and through the wormhole with Morgan Freeman is twofold. One, that we need to look at the most basic level of the makings of life to reconcile our understanding of it. And two, that, as it turns out, when you look even smaller than the prostate neuroendocrine cells, focus in on the neurons, electrons, and protons, the charged particles that make up the atoms, that make up the molecules, that make up our cells, which are life unto themselves, then you find that the laws of physics break down. So does everything that we think. Everything that we think and we take for granted for about time and space. Everything we thought we knew doesn't apply when you get down to these particles called quarks, which make up the basic pieces of our atomic life. Basically, when you look at these quarks under some heavy-duty microscope equipment, you find that quarks actually exist in two places at the same time. And when one spins in one direction, so does the other, no matter how distant they are from each other. One half of the quark could be here on Earth, and if you move the other half to the far reaches of our where our solar system meets the heliosphere, and you turn the one on Earth in one direction, the other would turn about face at precisely the same time. Magic. Believe it or not, the ever-elusive world of quantum mechanics truly is the best metaphor to explain the connection I feel to you, Andrew. When I make a move, you do. When you make a move, I do. You make my soul feel complete and full and happy in all the ways that truly matter. When I look at you, or even close my eyes when you're not around and I picture you, as I often do, the first thing I see are the eyes of everything good, everything love, everything peace. I see your smile, the smile of satisfaction with life, and the hand that you're allowing yourself to play in it more freely than ever. I see the child in you, decades before I ever knew you. I see the future that hasn't happened yet, the father of my unborn children, the source of years of laughter and smiles and adventure and learning from one another, and happily growing old together. When I look at you, I see your strengths, which are my weaknesses, and now my strengths. I've seen me rub off on you a little bit too as well. People always ask, how do you know it's true love when you see it? That's the thing, at least from my experience. You don't see it, you feel it. And at the beginning, when timing is an issue, or past baggage has yet to have been unloaded, your unconscious brain might not even understand it at first. But you feel the potential. You sense, you intuit that it's different this time. It just feels right. So at the beginning, if your paths in life align, which can and often does get in the way of two souls, being the timing is off where you're not yet ready to be willing to grow, then you know it's right because it's simple. It just flows. It just is. To me, that's truth. If you've got that and respect the other person, then there's only room to grow from there. I think the other key is we both take responsibility. In life, independent of the other, I believe we have both learned to not place blame on anyone else for how our lives turn out. We have independently learned to not be angry at the universe and own that only we are responsible for the direction our lives take. If we stay true, all happens perfectly whether we know it or not. It's math. And I believe this has enabled us to do the same in our relationship. Take responsibility. When there's a problem, we trust that the other will voice it, and that the other person will rise to the occasion and figure out the fix, because it ultimately is for both of us. Andrew, when you came into my life, I was ready to grow. I had a lot of growing to do, and that journey goes on. But because of your patience and your willingness to expand the way you see the world from a new perspective along with me, as a result, I can honestly say that it must be possible to feel an ever-deepening connection with someone, and I have unfathomably found that in you. As a result, I think we have both only had more and more love to give, which has only fed the flame of continuing to open up to ourselves and the other more and more. The morning love notes and all our own ways of daily reminding each other what the other person means to us is never forced, because we're doing it anyway. Our gazes say all, it just flows. And I can say with certainty that we've hit new strides this year, because even if you're far away, I might feel lonely at moments, but I never feel alone. And I know you don't either, because we're not. We're one. We're two halves of the same core. With you in my life, life has meaning. You give my compass a reason to exist, never failing to pull me back down to earth when my mind gets in the way. I can't wait to see what the future has in store for you and me and us together, but I'm in no rush, because I know we're right where we're supposed to be. So I'm right here, right now, and I'm putting my science hat on one last time. If our time together thus far is proof, a mathematical pattern to be trusted, then it's about damn time for me to finish the sentence we started but never finished in the early days. I'm not going anywhere. I love you. Now, he had the opportunity to, if you will, propose to me on Valentine's Day by writing this beautiful poem, and behind it being a document for me to sign for our domestic partnership. So, in the spirit of that, I think it's my opportunity to propose to you and ask you. Just screw the goddamn law and ask you to be my husband. Be my husband.
Alright, it's my turn.
Your turn to make us wrong.
Right. Still looking for that.
To the most incredible, amazing, beautiful soul in the world. I didn't know what happiness was until I met you. I didn't know it was possible to feel this way, to be truly in awe of you, to respect you so deeply, and to know that every moment of every day, you make me a better person, and you make my life better. You are my teacher, my inspiration, my guide, and my partner. It's funny that apparently I didn't remember the first time that I met you. But once I really saw you for who you were and how you made me feel, I felt this inevitable force pulling us toward each other, and I knew that no matter what happened, I would never forget you. I was living by myself at the time in a tiny apartment, and I would go swimming every night in a heated pool. It was my form of meditation at the time, where I could relax. And I remember seeing you, thinking of you, while I was swimming, and not being able to get you out of my head. And here, 4 years later, you're still stuck in my head. And not too long after that, we were in your apartment after a night out with a big group. We had just gotten together and hadn't told any of our friends, so we had to share looks from across the room or hold hands for very brief moments under the table when nobody was looking. And I sent you a text message from one end of the couch to the other end of the couch where you were, bypassing several of our friends in between. And the message message simply said, "You belong with me." I wasn't worried that it would seem too forward. I just felt it at that exact moment, and I wanted you to know. That amazing feeling of excitement and passion has not faded. It has intensified every single day. We keep discovering new things, new lessons, new paths, new journeys, and we do it just like this, side by side, holding hands together. When I met you, my world was this big. I've had a pretty good life. I've always been extremely brave, made good decisions, I've been proud of myself, and I've never gotten in my own way. All that you've taught me, one thing stands on top. You taught me to be open. Just like in Aladdin, you took me on your magic carpet and showed me a whole new world, a different view of everything. And now this world that I know, it isn't 5 times as big or even 500 times as big. My world is unlimited. It is infinite. You are so beautiful. When I look at you, I see pure beauty and love. You just decided one day to take control of your life. You chose to live. You chose to be happy. To do everything in your power to make your life better. To grow from every experience. Piece by piece, things started to fall into place. And look how far you've come. We all see it. And look what kind of an impact that has on the people you love. All of your friends and your family are inspired to improve their lives, to be better people, to be happy, and to make a difference in the world. You inspire me every day. You teach me to love, to feel, to be happy, to trust, and to have faith. And faith is the most recent of our amazing discoveries. You show it courageously every day, to know that everything will be okay, that it was meant to be, as everyone is saying, that each experience is just another challenge to overcome, another lesson to learn, a chance to heal and become more whole. I can get lost for hours in your eyes. It's magnetic. It's like our souls are holding hands and hugging so tightly and they won't let go. You're my true partner in life, in everything. And people say that relationships require compromise, but not with you. I feel completely supported in every breath that I take. We don't choose to survive together. We choose to thrive, which is perfect for these t-shirts. We choose to take each other to new heights, new places, new possibilities. In this book that I'm reading, the author says that an enlightened marriage or partnership is a commitment to participate in the process of mutual growth and forgiveness, sharing a common goal of service to the universe. And this is what Jamie and I have always been together. We just didn't realize it fully until now. When I see you, I forget that anyone else is around.
Thank you.
It really doesn't matter. I'm so proud of you, this incredible man. I'm truly proud of myself, the person that you have helped me to become. And I'm proud of us, of our love, of our journey together. I love looking down at my finger and knowing that you are with me all the time. At home, I love seeing our domestic partnership form on the wall and knowing how lucky I am to have you. But a ring or a government document does not define our love. Every day, we choose each other. Every day, I choose you. I love you passionately, completely. When I first wrote those words to you, it was a feeling, a belief in something. But now these words are so full of meaning, and they become more and more true and real every day. I love you passionately and completely. And now, I think it's your turn.
Got it, you got it!